Good morning. My name is Thomas Warden. This is the Morning Motivation. This is our worldwide community from people and entrepreneurs all over the world who come in here every day to be able to bring some tips, tricks, energy, vibrations of how they shifted their words, how they shifted their thought process, and how they shifted their life and their energy into a whole different direction by taking control of what they wanted, the direction they wanted to go, by giving it better focus and better thought process. And we get up every day, and the first thought process that we all had to change when we first started this is we asked the new people, are you getting up and saying thank you for the blankets that you had, the roof over your head, the food in your belly, the clothes that are on your back, and the loved ones that you have around you now? You know, because a lot of people take that for granted, that those that are always around them, those things that they always have with them will always be there. Well, guess what? Hard times could fall on anyone, and you can lose it all just like that. A fire could come along and take somebody's house, and guess what? You've lost it just like that, and having to start all over. That happened to me as a child. I was only about 8 years old, but I can remember everybody coming together and helping my mom and them get the house back together and just rebuild a whole nother house for us all together to have a place to live. Because when you have, a husband and wife and 3 kids, then it's not just like you have the extra money to be able to go buy something else, right down the road, or to be able to bring something else in, because you're living month to month as it is. So, when hardship comes on, that's when you look for your fellow brothers and sisters to actually step up and say, can you give us a hand for a moment? We are in need. So that's where we look at the hearts of people, instead of those that, they've got problems. I can't help them. Their house is burning. I'm going to go on down the road and not even look and put the blinders up as they pass by. Instead of stopping and saying, how can I assist? What could you use? I may have some extra clothing for the children that's in your age group. We may have some extra canned goods. We may have some extra bleach and rags to be able to help and clean. We may have extra lumber, whatever it is. Now that's coming from the heart. That's the way I was raised in the South, because when a storm comes along, your local lumber yard is already going to be slammed as it already is, and everything is gone in the whole neighborhood. So now everybody's sitting there looking at their property going, what are we going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to help each other. You're going to help your fellow brother and sister. Same thing with our minds. When people are down within their minds and they're in their darkness of days, what are we going to do? We're not going to put on the blinders and say we can't help them. They're going through a depression. They're going through alcoholism. They're going through something in their life that they don't understand. But yet I may have been through part of that, and I could probably assist them just a little bit. But yet what do? We put on our blinders and we walk away. I'm asking everybody, 365 days, open that heart up, open your life up, open yourself up to the knowledge that you have experienced, that you can help and assist others. And I said assist, because I'm not going to tell you to go out there and pay their bills. I'm not telling you to go out there and, provide everything for them for the rest of their life. No, we're going to teach people to fish so they can go out there and catch fish and feed themselves for the rest of their life. We're going to teach people how to build an online business so they can shift their life and their energy. We're going to teach people how to change your mindset of working for somebody else to working for yourself, and that it is achievable. A lot of people have the self-doubt and the fear that thinks that they can't do something new in their life, but yet they're only stepping in their own way. They're putting that block up. Nobody else did. You were here to achieve great things, and we are the only ones that have put the blocks up that said that we can't over all this time. It's too hard. We can't. And no, that's not me. Or, this, that, and the other. I'm not asking you to be anybody else. I'm asking you to bring your authentic self out. I'm asking you to bring your heart out to the world. I'm asking you to bring everything for you out that's going to make you a better version. And then once you work on you and get you in tune to working on a better version of you, then guess what? It's going to start leaching out. Because these smiles and this energy that I have every day starts leaching out of me, and I start giving it back right here. And these voices that you hear coming out of my mouth, it's not something that I understood at first, but yet knowing that I have a voice to be able to speak to help somebody and assist their life just that much by changing your thought processes that you're giving to yourself. There is no more I can'ts. It is I will, and I will achieve. I will move myself into a new direction. I will move my life into a better version of me. And every day when I get up and you keep telling yourself you're forming new habits and you're moving your life into a new direction, into that best version of you. So when you go back to that afterlife, that you can go and say, I have did everything without regrets, and I have energies and knowledge and memories that I have with me now that I have learned while I was on this earth, and by the people that I have learned from, because everybody is going through a situation. Everybody is doing something. And then if you keep it locked up or bottled up that you don't know what's going on in life, then guess what? You will not be able to assist and help other people within life. You have to start with you first. So once you look in that mirror and you break those demons down and you break that fear down and you break the other uncomforts down that's in your life and you start taking control of it and saying, yes, it's a life wheel. It starts with your personal life, your relationship life, your career life, your financial life, your spiritual side of life. And then it all makes a wheel, right? So now you rate yourself 1 to 10 in each one of those. And then each time you're going to come up, you start off with 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2, 1 to 2. And then how can you make yourself better in those? Now, if you have a true balance of everything in life, then you're a perfect person moving right along and your life is in true harmony and everything is flowing to you and you have no regrets and you have a good vibration and everybody is loving you and you're loving everybody and your wheel is perfectly aligned and it's rolling right along. But guess what? There's some of us that our wheel has some flat spots in it. You know, my relationship side was not the best side of life. It was down on a 1 when most of my life was up on the 5 and 6 or 4 and 3, you know, depending on where it was at, you know, because my relationship side was down low. My financial side was low for a while. My career side was high, but yet my debt ratio was, and so my wheel had some little bubbles in it. Y'all ever had a tire that had a bubble? You go down the highway and you kind of feel something's not right on that tire. Got a little off balance in the vehicle. Same thing with life. You can get an off balance with that wheel. Once you start getting everything within alignment, understanding what you need to work on and make better within you, then guess what? That wheel will start rolling a whole lot better. Your life will start flowing a whole lot better because what you're breaking down you. You're not asking people to break you down. You know, I love it when people ask me, well, what do you think if I did this? Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, do you truly want my opinion, you know, on things? Because I can tell you some things that I have probably done in that situation, but yet the only one that's truly going to know what's best for you is you. The person that you're looking at in the mirror. So that's the person you need to go and look at in the mirror. Would this be best for me to go do this? Would this benefit my life to move me in a better direction with my relationship side, my physical side, my mental side, my spiritual side, my financial side? Okay, that'll increase me here. Good, that's good on the wheel when you're increasing a better person, right? So now just know that you're not going to sit right there week after week after week and just work on that. Know that there's other areas throughout that week. So that's why I say take a day. Each day, work on something different within your life that you can make a little bit better. And then because they say when you go to the gym, you want to work on your top half first, and you work on your midsection and your bottom half, you know, on different days, right? Same thing with your mind. You're going to go in there and you're going to schedule things and you're going to have a pen and you're going to have a journal and you're going to write down the different things that you are going to work on today that's going to make you better in your relationship side. What would I do? I'd probably pick up some books and I read some books first on relationships. And if I want to work on my career side, then I'm going to listen to some podcasts and listen to my mentors that are guiding me with my, you know, business side. So if I want to learn more in, you know, whatever areas, that's what I go to. I go to podcasts, I go to books, I go to my mentors who have already accomplished, you know, so then that way I can see, okay, I'm working in this area. What books were good for you? How did you get your life in balance in this area? And my mentor is usually throwing me some good books along with people that you've seen right here in this community. And they bring us information every day to kind of assist us to move us along. You know, when we say read a book, all right, some people say, we said it the last couple of days, some people say I'm not a reader. Awesome. Read a chapter a day. Not asking you to read the whole book in one setting, but that 10 minutes that you were wasting behind that TV show, seeing what was happening on the sports channel today, and now you're sitting there for 45 minutes to an hour seeing what happened on the basketball and the baseball and whatever else, other sport that you're into, and then now you're trying, you know, now you dive off into your, what's that other thing, football fantasy, and now you're getting off in there picking new team members and trying to get all working. If you spent as much energy on that is not bringing in income onto something that could bring in income, how much do you think your life could truly change and shift? You know, many hours I spent behind the TV when I was, you know, down with my leg. And I spent many hours behind the computer doing a lot of research and checking out books and how I could increase my life and my mindset and my thought process and my meditation areas and different things like that. I was continuously working on me, even though I wasn't out in the field working on my career area. but yet I was working on my mental side at that time frame since I couldn't get up and walk. So within that, I was having to work out of a depression as well because I wasn't able to go out in the financial world and work for 18 months. And it truly brought my mindset down to, oh man, I'm not worthy. I'm not great. I can't provide for myself. I'm worthless. I kept breaking myself down. So what did I have to do? I had to dive into the online world, to dive into some podcasts and some people to get me some uplifting messages to help me out, to get me back out of my depression, to get me back into where I was the happy Thomas again, the one that always has a smile and does the happy dance when he goes wherever, because I love the sunshine. I love to travel. I love to meet new people. I love new cultures and to see and taste new foods. Why? Because that's what I was here to experience. I love new things. It's not the shiny object thing. It's not the squirrel thing. I like to see new places. I like to see that mountainside with the snow on it, from a distance. And then I like to be able to see the springtime as the leaves are changing throughout the Smoky Mountains. I love to see the rivers. I love to go kayaking. And through that time frame, what am I doing? I'm connecting with Mother Earth. I'm grounding myself with my life that makes me happy. And that's all I want anybody in here to do that is watching this on the replay or catching this right now live. Just be happy with everything that you're doing in life, and then watch a better flow of happiness start flowing out of your heart. And then once you start bringing respect and honesty within yourself, and you start seeing yourself through those eyes, then everybody else will see it and feel it as well. It's been a good day. Good day to bring energy. A good day to bring vibrations. A good day to change our frequencies. It's a good day to bring love in everything that we do. You're bringing the love to you first, because when you get up, you're going to say, I love you, however many times you need to within that mirror until you truly feel it. And then each day that you need to feel it some more, go back to that mirror and know that you're the truly one that loves you and everything that you do within life, because you're creating the things that you want that makes you happy. Not me, not anybody that you see in the screen. I don't want anybody in here to try to be like me or try to make me happy. I want you to make you happy. I'm making me happy every day. I get up with this smile on my face, and I take those steps for me every day. Everything that I do within here is stuff that's coming from out of my heart and out of love. The messages that we bring every day is something that we bring because it's coming from our hearts and nothing else. Whew! I love this day. Another beautiful day. Gotta love it. All right. Has anybody got anything that they want to chat about in here? Spit it out right quick. Gotta love these days. All right. It's a good day. Go ahead, Julio.
Morning, Thomas. Morning, guys. I was talking to a brother of mine before the Zoom earlier, and I think it's an awesome topic to bring to the forefront this morning. You always help to give us that mental nudge every morning, Thomas. So we appreciate that. That little charge, that we all need. I know some people like, well, are you kidding, Julio? We get it from you. No. It's about how you all start your day. You guys know what's up. But we were discussing basically lighting your load. Every day, brings its own form of anxieties and worries and cares, stress, and whatever the case is. Every day brings that to the forefront in one way, shape, or form. So don't allow yourself to be overwhelmed by whatever today is going to bring to the forefront. Lighten your load. I likened it to basically leaving your worries and casting your cares onto the Lord, or leaving the weight of our shoulders as human beings at the foot of the cross. You know what I'm saying? Just leaving it there, and give me 1 second. So every day you're gonna have that. What worry brings. Worry brings this intense amount of stress upon our chest. It brings us to anxieties create a shortness of breath, within us when we're talking. We have to, sometimes inhale and exhale more during those times because we have anxiety during those times, and we have problems calming ourselves down. There's times when we can think of something and worry, or, in strife or stress, and get angry, and it gets our blood boiling. You know what I'm saying? They give you high blood pressure at that moment, at that time. You know, they come in different forms. Let's keep it real throughout the day. You know, so but in that, lighten your load. Lighten your load for the day. You know, you have to remember it wasn't meant for us to carry. You know, focus on the things that you want and focus on the things that you desire in this day. You know, remember to speak positivity over yourself. Remember to wash yourself in the words that are gonna be, you know, vital for you on this day. Anything that seeks to harm you verbally, stay away from it. You know, we've spoken about it so many times, but you know, control the thoughts that are in your mind. Take your thoughts captive. Anything that doesn't that's contradictory to what you want and you desire, get rid of it.
Let's see it. What do you desire? Where are you moving towards? Oh, I love it. Like I said, there's many things that throughout life that we're figuring out. A lot of us entrepreneurs. There was a lot of that load wasn't even mine. You know, so there was a lot of BS, and there was a lot of things, emotions, and there was a lot of circumstances and this, that, and the other. Once I started breaking it down, they weren't even mine. So it was a whole lot easier to release some of them, because it's like, you know what? I'm taking care of this for you, and I don't need to be. You need to man up and take care of your own stuff. You know, that's what I try to tell everybody now. We're stepping up to our own fears. You're stepping up to those gremlins that you see within that mirror, or whatever you want to call it. You know, those demons, those little voices, those little people inside of you. You know, I hear them all the time. Yes, but yet you can control those voices, because you are the one in this physical body that came in here with this energy. And you are the one that's here to be able to know that those blocks are just things that you have seen on TVs, on shows, from past experience, from what people have done or you have seen in the past, things like that, things that you have read in magazines, you know. So there's a lot of things that's propaganda that's put out there that is just something that's just throwing something into your mind to say that you really need this in your life. You know, you need those new pair of Nike shoes that cost $200 something. Really? I need those. They're going to make me jump higher. Yes. They pump up my feet, the Jordans. I can pump them up, and now I'm going to be able to jump higher, the 5'9" little white man. Yay. You know, I didn't need that type of stuff in my life, and I still don't. You know, so there's so many things that they have put on a certain level, and it's like, how did it really get there when it should only probably be about $25? So just know that there's a lot of things out there that we're buying and we're, you know, putting into our life that we could start utilizing that money in directions and areas that are going to start generating more income. You know, that's what we're looking for in life, is that passive income, so we don't have to wait till we're 65 to maybe get a Social Security check, you know. So start doing different things within your life, and that extra money that we're putting in other places, and start investing it within you, and then how it can bring in more income in some shape, form, or fashion. We all have careers in our life, and investment of some shape, form, or fashion. Sometimes it's hard, because we talked about that check to check earlier. So just know that, you know, start taking something, coin jars, doing what you got to do, swear jars around the house, whatever you want to do to make it fun to throw a little extra coin off into that jar, then let's do it. Do something different for your life to invest in you that's going to make more money. Go ahead, Mike. Mike, you got something?
After you're done, I just wanted to extend the same challenge that I did on my page. So go ahead, and whenever you're done.
Okay. No, go ahead and put it out now. It's all good.
All right, sounds good. So I posted this earlier, and I want to actually extend it to everybody here that watches Morning Motivation. We actually, you hear over and over again that we basically are the sum of the people that we're around, and I want to actually extend, make up two lists. The first list, I want you to put down all of your goals, your short-term goals, what you want to do by the end of the hour, the day, the week, the month, the year, the decade. You know, put down all of your aspirations, your big dreams, and your goals, and write them down. On the other list, I want you to write down a list that you interact with between Sunday morning and Saturday evening. And on that following Sunday, I want you to go and take those two lists, and I want you to put them side by side, and I want you to associate the goal with the person that affects that goal. And I want you to take special note of all the links that you can't make, all the links that you can't make. Take special note of that. I think you're going to be really surprised at what you actually come up with at the end of the week. And that's basically what the challenge was. Thank you for letting me speak to it.
Love it, Mike.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, it's it's just something that it gives you a mental. When you start writing, there's the power behind writing things down. So, like he's saying, the goals on one side, and then the people that you interact with during the week, and then which ones of those people are the influencer towards that goal. What people are moving you, inspiring you, or giving you words, or giving you knowledge, inspiration, whatever it is. I like that. So what's linking up and helping you move towards making you a better version and accomplishing that goal.
And if you're not able to make a link, do those people really need to be in your life?
Or what are they bringing to your life? Yes, I like that. Awesome. So there's all kinds of new stuff that we can do, mentally, always trying to rewire this from the thought processes that we've had before in our life. And then, the biggest thing that I have learned from Jim Rohn and all the other teachers that I'm going through, and the Zig Ziglars and stuff like that, through all those courses that I've been taking, that was the biggest thing that they said. Are you writing down your goals that you want to accomplish for your life? Not what your mom and dad want you to accomplish, not what your aunt and uncle, grandparents, this, that, and the other, they want you to go towards. Oh, you would be such a good, caretaker. You would be such a good this. You'd be such a good. What do you want? What makes you tick? What makes you happy? So what and everybody has a different path and a different journey, but yet once you start understanding where you're truly wanting to go, and you're writing these goals down, and you're putting some different tips, like he just told you, on how, the people that you surround yourself with affect that you're going towards, because some of those that are made on that list, they may not have an understanding that you want to be an entrepreneur when they think you should work at this job for the rest of your life. So there's not a connection. There's not a frequency understanding. So you will find that those people that you finally connect with on that goal will be the ones that surround yourself with on what goal is the highest priority. So what goal is your highest priority? Is that the one you're going to put your more focus to? Yes, but yet don't forget about the other ones as well, because we still have a life that we have to have that balance of. And because we have the job, we have relationships, we have kids, we have friends, we have hobbies, we have sports and whatever we play, fishing, whatever it is, the snowboarding and the skiing up north, and are just spending hours of snubbling your asses out of snow for those of y'all that have snow. Because who was it I seen yesterday? Somebody, she's not in here today, but yet they spent almost 6 hours just shoveling to get out of their house in northern Wyoming there yesterday. And it was like, oh my God. So it's like, I'd stay in the house. The snow can just pile up and melt when it wants to. I don't have to get out in it. I love it. But that's why I like South. I'm in Texas, and that's where I'll stay, is down here. And if I get a little bit further south, it's going to be more islands. So that's where I'm heading. Love it. Sailboat. All right. It's been a good day, good time, good energy, good vibrations. Brother Ryan, are you in here today?
Yes, I am, sir.
All right. You got anything that you want to read out for us?
Yes, actually, I do. I got something from Mastery of Love by Don Miguel Ruiz today. There is no worse blind man than the one who does not want to see. There is no worse deaf man than the one who does not want to hear. And there is no worse madman than the one who doesn't want to understand. We are so blind, we really are. We pay for that. But if we open our eyes and we see life as it is, we can avoid a lot of emotional pain. It doesn't mean we don't take a risk. We are alive and we need to take risks. And if we fail, so what? Who cares? It doesn't matter. We learn and we move on without judgment. We don't need to judge. We don't need to blame or feel guilt. We just need to accept our truth and intend a new beginning. If we see ourselves the way we are, that is the first step towards self-acceptance, towards stopping self-rejection. Once we are able to accept ourselves just the way we are, everything can start changing from that point forward. And that is all. Thank you.
No, thank you, brother. Every day when he can, he comes in here and gives us a little bit of knowledge out of some of the books and stuff that he reads. And we appreciate your time that you give us when you are able to get in here. But I mean, that was right on point right there today, guys. Right? Looking at you first. Wow. Go ahead, Brother JJ.
Love that. Powerful, Thomas.
Yeah, you know, the thing is, you guys, is that this is actually probably one of the more important subjects that we ever discuss here in the morning motivation, really, because once you start breaking out into the entrepreneurial world and going after yourself and you know, investing in you, one thing you can be guaranteed of that you're going to run into is you're going to be running into the naysayers out there who tell you that you can't do it, that you're not good enough, and blah, blah, blah. It is super, super important that you do not listen to any of the stuff that these people say. You know, you know, I can't really stress that enough. You don't need to give a rat what anybody else thinks about anything. The only person that matters in this world, what they think, is this guy right here. That's it. Nobody else matters. Get rid of all those other people out of your life. Don't even give them 1 second of your time. Time is too valuable. You can't get any more of it back. And the last thing you want to do, if you want to get success for yourself, is to be listening to all these knuckleheads that are running around in their JOBs and they're all miserable with their lives. And so they want to push that miserableness off onto you. Don't allow it. Don't allow it. You have got to get rid of all those negative people in your life. And, you know, invest in you. If you invest in you, you will be blown away at what you pay you in the long run. It will blow your mind. It'll change your life. Invest in you and don't give a rat what anybody else out there says. And, you know, I'm a living example of that. If I listen to all the naysayers, especially in my family, because my friends and family have been the worst of all throughout my life, telling me what I can't do. And you're going to find that that's the way it is for a lot of you, that people are always there, especially your family. They're usually the worst of the whole bunch, of telling you that you can't do it. Why? Because they can't do it. They could do it, but they don't want to do it. They're just like what Ryan said. They're so blind they can't see. They're so deaf they can't hear, and they're so know-it-all that they have nothing left to learn. And, you know, always steer clear of those people who know everything, because they're really bad people to be around as well. You know, once we stop learning, we might as well be 6 feet under. So that's all I have to say about that.
That's it. Appreciate that. Yes. Definitely. Everybody, like you say, and there's going to be people that's going to come at you in all different shape, forms, and fashions and directions. And what are they going to do? Throw nothing but excuses out that they gave to themselves when they couldn't accomplish something before. So now they're going to continuously give you the excuses of why you can't do something, but there's nobody knows your physical ability and your mindset no better than you. So every day you're breaking yourself down. You have that control, and know that, yes, there will be people that's going to say bad things about you. And like he said, their opinions, their words do not pay your bills. You keep moving for you, and you will attract those that you want around you, because that's what you're projecting out of here. And then once you start projecting that love and that everything out from your heart, you will start projecting out those people that will start coming to you, because they feel your vibrations, they feel your energy, and they want some of what you have, and they want to understand how they can do more of what you do as well. So that's awesome. Awesome energy today. Love this. So good day to have a good day. All right. Does anybody else got anything they want to step out this morning and say? Julio, you stop for a moment. Froze. All right. All right, Michael, we want to thank everybody that's chatted in here today. Miss Shiloh, are you ready to give your affirmations to wrap this baby up?
I am. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. As soon as Julio started talking and got on the topic of overthinking, I was like, wow, like the energy, because I did my affirmations on overthinking today, because it was personal. I've been building a new relationship over the past little while, and I've been finding the last little bit that I've been doing a lot of overthinking. And I know myself that the things that I'm telling myself are just things that I'm making up. And yeah, so anyway, I figured I would do that today because I was talking to a friend of mine this morning, and even said, like, she was like, do you feel anxious today? She's like, you're really like, she's like, you're talking like a mile a minute. And like, and I was like, I didn't feel anxious because I know what anxiety feels like. I've battled with it for years. And I didn't feel that anxiousness, but I could tell by the tone of my voice, like I was just like a mile a minute and saying all these things. And she's like, she's like, you're just making that stuff up. Like, you don't even know if that stuff is true. And it's so true because we allow our ego to just take over. So today's affirmations are short and sweet, but they're super powerful. I hold the power to control my thoughts if I choose to. Neither the past, present, or future can be changed through my overthinking. I will not let my imagination plant improbable futures into my mind. I cut the strings to my obsessive thoughts and let them drift away. The true beauty of life can only be found in the present moment. I am far greater than the sum of my thoughts. And that's all I got.
More powerful than the sum of your thoughts. Let that one sink in. We're more powerful than we really give ourselves. We have more power within us that we allow ourselves to go ahead and say, yeah, I have this. So I'm going to tell you today, you're awesome. You have the power. You have the creativity, the imagination, the thought process, the physical ability. Because if you can envision it and write it down, then guess what? It just needs to be passed on to that next person that can move it to that next stage. And then guess what? You're going to talk to somebody else and it's going to get moved and it's just going to morph into a whole lot more. So the energy that we possess on here on a day-to-day basis is the energy that you possess all day long, 24 hours a day. The anxiousness that she's feeling inside is not anxiousness. It's the butterflies of energy that is within inside of her for something new that's going on within her life that is shifting her thought processes just a little bit, and it's not the norm. So her body is trying to work different things within her and throw different positions out within this relationship that is not even there. So that's the mind trying to protect her, so to say, because there's so many unknowns. Anything that we do in life, there's going to be unknowns. Any situation that you're going through, there's going to be unknowns. Any new task that you're fixing to learn, there's going to be unknowns. But what did you do when you didn't know how to ride that bike and you fell off? There was the unknown. It was the fear of that bike, of trying to get that balance by yourself. And then all of a sudden, you throw it down. Oh, I can't do this, too hard. Oh. And then you scrape your knee. So there's another excuse of, I can't do it. I hurt myself. No, you got back up. You got on the bike. So anything that we're doing within life, if it's worth having fun to do it, do you remember the fun that you had once you finally mastered the bike and you went down the block and back and stopped without falling over and turned the bike around without even falling over, and then you was able to do it again and you did circles and circles. Oh, I've got this balance thing, and now you rode it down the road. How much fun was it to get up the next day and say, I'm going to ride the bike across the neighborhood, Mom? I tell you, I was all over the town, by the time I got that bike down. But same thing with everything that I've done within here, within this online world and through my life. Every career path that I have taken, I put my 100% into it. I put my energy and my focus into it to make me the best at that craft that I could be. And then if I couldn't find out anybody else that could give me some more knowledge, then it was like, where do I go from here? Why am I here? Okay, I learned this craft and I'm this level, but I can't go any higher. Then why am I here? I want a job that I can continuously grow at. I want something where I continuously getting new knowledge at. And every career path that I took, there was a stopping point. So when I finally dove into the online world, I figured out, guess what? I don't have a stopping point. I don't have a limit. I can go as big or as small as I want, depending on how much energy I put into it. So when I get up each day and I start this right here, this morning motivation, this kickstarts my energy to me to roll it right over on into my business and into my day, into the people that I meet. And then that right there, it just rolls me all the way through the day. And then when it comes at 7, 8 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm drained. Why? Because I gave it my 100% all day. I didn't half-ass things for my life, because who am I working for? Me. I'm not going to punch a time clock for anybody else anymore. So if I don't get up and do it, it's not going to get done. If I don't get up and set those schedules, then guess what? That schedule's not going to get done. If I don't follow through my schedule and I procrastinate, then guess what? I may not have money coming in at the end of the week. So I have to do what I have to do throughout the day, what I call hustling all day long, even on Saturdays and Sundays. Why? Because it's my business. And why? Because that's when most people are off of their JOBs and they're home. And what are they doing? They're looking for something more. So when do they have the time to actually look? Is when they're not at work. So my evening times may be my biggest work time, but guess what? I didn't have to do from, 10 o'clock till probably about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That's my time. That's where I increase my knowledge and my tips and my tricks and my things and my videos, my contents, things like that. I work in the morning time. Midday's mine now instead of having to work all 12-hour days. So now I got my midday and then my afternoons. Why? Because that's when people are home. So in the entrepreneurial world, you got to find that time frame of where you're going to be able to talk to people and what times is best available for them, because they all have JOBs just like I used to. So if you're looking for something more in life, all you have to do is just reach out. People in here will mentor you all day long and guide you all day long. We'll send you in the right directions to be able to shift your life, your energies, and your thought processes just like we did. It's been a good day, guys. I love and appreciate everybody that stepped in with us today. Y'all have an awesome one. Keep up the good smiles, the good energy, the good vibrations, and let everybody that's around you feel them. And when they say, what the hell have you got? Say, I've got the supercharge within inside of me. Go ahead, Julio.
I was just going to say, lighten that load, baby. Don't forget to lighten the load. Think about it, man. If you're carrying around 80 pounds a day, you're going to walk a lot slower. Lighten the load. Give yourself the freedom.